The body language analysis that I should have done a long time ago, like days ago, was from Catherine. This clip of Catherine, Princess of Wales. So many of you have asked for me to analyze this. I told you like 2 days ago this was pending, and this is the moment. Like when I'm going to play the video, I'm going to play the video with the sound, and this is that she steps out of this car and she begins to stride with little jumps to greet people. And we're going to see here greeting people. But it's something that I want to say about Catherine in here. You know that there's something. She begins, of course, to talk about, talk with a child. And she's got that contagious smile that, you know, Catherine has that aura. I don't know how to put this in words. You know that for a long time in my body language research career, I wanted to synthesize everything, like gestures, voice tone. How can I synthesize things? How can I study things in a way that we can describe things in a scientific way? But this is the kind of things that I look at them, and there is no scientific way to explain this. You cannot do a peer-reviewed study of how Catherine has that something that you cannot describe. You can name it like charisma, like she is. So many of you have words for her. She seems more genuine, says Kay Ross. I'm gonna highlight your comments about her. She is sweet, says in neocortex. There's something about her. Could be charisma as well. Yes, as Priscilla says. There's so many things. She comes back. Oh yeah, it's like I forgot to put the banana. Let me bring the banana back. So I was looking at this, and I could say so many things about it. I could deconstruct her body language, but it's the way that she behaves, like she's actually glad of seeing you. I mean, I've studied so many people along the years, and I sometimes ask the question in this kind of magnetic. Veronica, that's another word, magnetic. People that have this magnetism and you don't know why. You like to be in their vicinity. You know that these people arrive, and it's people like Catherine. Maybe you have a friend, or maybe you have a family member that they just arrive, and you instantly feel like you feel great. You feel fine. This is great. You like to be around them. She's got. We cannot see that in this video. But something that video can convey is the effect that she has through her body language. But because the only way to see actual aura, the aura of a person, is in person, right? You just feel it. You see something, and we can only see this through a camera. Sadly, it would be nice that we could see Catherine like in person doing this, and you could see, okay, there's something that I cannot synthesize. I cannot synthesize the way that I could say, okay, there are a couple of things. First and foremost, the most important thing that I saw was I could say, oh, the way that she leans in with her head, the way that she smiles, the way that she approaches people and with that energy. That says a lot in terms of technical body language. But no matter how much technical body language I express, things like this, I'm going to try to things like this. Things the way that she is looking at the kid. I think it's a girl. I don't know if it's a girl of a boy with long hair. The way that she holds the kid's hand, the way that she looks at the kid. There's so many things. This is the kind of moment that I say, no, I cannot synthesize. You know that I've tried to do that. You know that I worked so hard on what I titled the kinesics code, like a code to deconstruct the entirety of human behavior in a book, to be able to decode any sort of human behavior, reduce it to a technical statement, like sometimes it's like it's not like a robot, but able to synthesize it. Can we synthesize it? Can I describe in scientific terms the effect that Catherine has on people? I cannot. This, Amanda has a great description: gentle and graceful. How that is undeniable. How do we speak about that in terms of science? How can we measure gentle and graceful? Those are her qualities. Those are her qualities. And this is what is fascinating about body language. There's this bit of mystical part that I can understand why so many people say, oh, well, body language is not a science, it's pseudoscience. And that is great. And that is great. Yeah, we have a scientific part. There are things that we can prove scientifically. There are approaches that we can say in a scientific way just by looking at people. Not that we have, let's say, gestures that work in all situations, that apply in every single situation. Look at this, that the kid throws the banana. I don't know if it was on purpose. And she even is like laughing at that. Oh, I don't want the banana. Oh, she goes and retrieves the banana. I think that is what's so fascinating about body language in the first place. That I don't consider myself a great researcher in body language. Not anymore. My focus on body language has changed a lot. If you want to find one of the greatest scientists about body language and human behavior in the world, his name is David Matsumoto from, I think he's in San Francisco, but it's David Matsumoto, hands down, is the GOAT. When it comes to science and nonverbal communication, he's the guy. He's your guy. And I've spoken to Dr. Matsumoto, Professor Matsumoto, and the guy is an effing legend. But at the same time, I've spoken to Joe Navarro on the other side, that was empirical from his work at the FBI. Great guy, by the way. And yes, some things you can only pick from watching people over and over again. Hands down, the GOAT, one of the GOATs of greatest of all time in body language was Milton Erickson, who founded Ericksonian hypnosis. And because he got polio very early as a kid, then he developed this way of observing people. He could only observe people because he was like constrained to a bed. So I think that his approach, just being able to observe people, that's something that we need to do. Ultimately, I can guide you in some hints here and there, but I wanted to show you this clip because this describes what's so fascinating about what I do and what gathered us in the first place around body language. Why I was the body language guy, I'm Jesus Enrique Rosas. I talk about many other topics now, but in many ways, this makes body language more interesting because there's always going to be that part that we cannot describe, that we cannot reduce to a synthesis, that we cannot explain in scientific terms. And in my opinion, that makes it even more fascinating. But I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. And also download the 100 body language tips in the description of this video. Download my tips and you will be subscribed to my awesome emails as well. I have yet to